Okay guys, we are back on the Suzuki 2006 GZ250, which it doesn't say there, but it does say over there. I wonder if that's factory, that we're missing it on this side. Probably not. So we need to fix the rear brake light. As I've told you, this just feels too high to me. I wish I could lower it, and maybe I'll figure out a way to do that. And why is this not on? Okay, we're on. And we should get a brake light. There we go. Lighting up the sky. That's with the full foot. Now we need to show with the switch is not working with the handle, which we need it to do. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in here. This is just a switch making these two connectors. So when the switch comes out, it makes a connection or it opens the connection. I don't remember. So this is the actual connector. So if I jump these, so I guess it makes the connection. So if I jump that, we should get a brake light. I'm gonna turn this off for now. Remind me if I don't think about it that that's off. If I jump these with a metal piece, it should work. I have a screwdriver down here. I can pull this back a little bit and make connection with a screwdriver. See, if we just have it, then we'll know it's the switch. And then it's as easy as taking this little screw out, either replacing the switch, cleaning it up. This is kind of loose. This one's not. So this switch might be busted in the end. But what that does, when you pull in your brake lever, see if I can show you, it releases that little switch, that little button right there. Can't really see it. I'll take it off just to show you. But we want to jump this first of all to see if it works. Well, it started raining, but that's fine. So what I did here is I took a piece of wire. I think it's actually welding wire. Resin. Yeah, whatever. I think it's actually whatever. It's probably for welding. And I connected it. Well, let's turn this bike on. See, I'm gonna show you. We don't have a brake on now, but when we connect this, all we got to do is make the connection. That's what the button does. It makes power flow through from one to one. And I can show you brake light. So it's definitely the switch. Next thing we'll do, pull the switch off. I could probably get one for less than $10. So there we go. We know it's the switch. Like I said, one screw. I'm going to take this down. That's all it is. So I'm going to tuck this under because it is going to rain. Turn everything off. Tuck this under somewhere so it doesn't collect water. I mean, it's open normally, but it's fine. So one screw, pull it down, put all my stuff away. I was going to WD-40 stuff. Let's get that switch out. Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe it's not fully extending. Maybe it's broken. Here, I can show you off the bike. As I said, one screw, undo it. It's got a little knobby there so that it sits in there. This is your connector. One wire on each side. We know it works without the switch, so this is our problem. So what happens is you pull in your brake. That does the brake things, which ours still does work. And when you pull on your brake, the lever moves out like that, releases this. Now, we need to see if this is just stuck in because this bike sat a long time. See, it's only about a centimeter out. This is what happens. They get sticky. We're gonna throw some WD-40 in there. You should use electrical cleaner, but easily could be just the fact that this is dirty inside. And it sits and sits and sits, just like a clutch pack. It's always off. When you want it to go on, I've had a lot of bikes that after just using them for a while, it cleans it, rubs it enough that it comes to be working again. I can probably take this apart. Sometimes you can just pop them open, find the dirt. But now we can plug those wires in and just play with it, see if we can get it to work. But I don't think I have electrical cleaner here. That's why we should do everything at the shop. Yeah, I think that's probably all the further it needs to come out, but I'm gonna use WD-40, spray in some of these holes. I don't know, can you see in the hole? See things moving? Yeah, you can, right there, there's the button. All right, well, I'm gonna spray it in there, see if I can get this guy to work. All right, here we're on the parts diagram. As you can see, 6 and 7 is what we need on the switch, and 6 is available for $40. And if you get the 6-7, well, includes items. The first one comes with the screw, so that's good. So there you go, for a brand new one, 6-7, or $40. Here it is, made in China. So we could probably go with any of them on eBay. You can see what else it fits. It fits 184 other rides. So this is a readily used piece and probably readily available. It fits everything from Gixxers, DRs, all the way back to 1988 Gixxer 750. Oh, it fits the VX800, which I have one of those. Yeah, I know, you guys haven't seen that in a while. We're gonna have to get that bike running. And you can scroll up here, and it is definitely for the 06 GZ250, all the way up into the 18s. So here's eBay. Looking here, you can get one for $10. That's aftermarket, but again, they're all made in China anyway. So, Japanese bike, China part. It's just a little switch. All it does is break contact when it's closed and connect when it's open. So, you can get one for $10. And ours is now soaking in WD-40. And here, that's probably a Suzuki part. Yep, $40. That seems right. And then here's one for $12 with tax, free shipping. I just typed in Suzuki stop switch, so it's pulling up other stuff. Down here you can get 2 of them. That's weird. You can get 2. I guess they're a faulty part, so you just have one on back stock for when it goes out again. So make a note. Make sure you watch and check your brake lights and make sure nobody knows you're stopping if this doesn't work and you're only using your front brake. There you go, $8. You can get both of them. But yeah, here's all the other options if you need. Our switch was already replaced, so we're good to go. All right, first we're gonna hook up a battery. We're gonna make sure the battery and my test light works. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, all we have to do is set up the switch, which I ran a bunch of WD through. Dab off the case a little bit and see if she lights it up now. This is basically, the brake light is here in series. So I'll hook one to each one of these posts and we'll see what happens. If not, I can pop this open. Might break it, who knows. But if it doesn't work, doesn't matter. We can order one. Well, as much as I'd like to show you and reveal if this is working, it's already showing you. So, power's running from the red cord on the switch down into the test light. Test light runs into the battery. Black runs back out up to the switch. So obviously this is the problem we were having. It wasn't working. When it's in closed position, this is how it's been. And you let it open. We brought the switch back to life. So when you pull on your, so normally this is closed. And when you pull on your brake, now it releases this and it opens. So brake light switch fixed. You know this is working. See, if these were touching, it would be constant, always working. But the fact that I can turn it off shows that they're not touching. All right, all we have to do is install this back in, put that screw in, and reconnect the wires. Just before we mount it, we can give it a go. Stuck those on the terminals there. Got the button to push right here. Boop, 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 boop. And we are perfectly working. There we go. Good to go. Love it. Okay. I got it lined up with that little indent there, a little peg, and I pulled the brake in so it was out of the way. And once that fit on there, I put my screw in. These guys are both firmly connected. Turn it on. Make sure it's working. There we go. Can we see that? Hold on. Nope. There we go. Brake light up here. Now, I keep saying the only thing left. This rear brake travels pretty far until it comes on, but it works. So we might have to look at this. Yeah, there's a lot of travel in the pedal before it works. It starts pulling right there, so we could probably tighten that one way or another. Cable goes from here where it sits and pulls back to here. So this is where we are. We might have to tighten it here a little bit. And then there's the switch, the actual switch. So that actually pulls right here. This is your switch right there. It's mounted in there. So we want this to pull a little bit earlier. We're probably gonna have to loosen these nuts and make that work. But again, when I'm in the riding position, I feel like that just is really high up there. But for now, it all works, and I'm happy with that. So, get on, go ride, short video, have fun, get out and ride. We'll see you on the next one.